Hey everybody, I'm just going to make a quick video showing kind of these oddball track drive units that I just hauled home. This is one of two of these that I got. Picked them up mainly for undercarriage parts for my Caterpillar D2s. It's really odd the way they're put together though. These things were originally on a John Deere like combine harvester machine. It was used up around Bemidji, Minnesota in some really low-lying, swampy, soft ground. The story I got from a guy that had these was they just kind of custom built these track units to go on this thing so it could stay afloat, if you will, and get the job done. So, like I said, we have Caterpillar D2 track links. The wear on these things is really not too bad. See if we can get a little bit of wear there. Not too bad. It looks like there's a lot of sag, but that's because I just backed the track tension off on these. I'm actually in the process of dismantling this so I can get it off the trailer a little easier. It's pretty heavy right now, but when these things were tensioned fully tight, I was able to get a pretty good measurement to gauge the internal pin and bushing wear. I estimate them right around 40% worn, so there's still plenty of life left there. And like I said, Caterpillar track pads, D2. These are the wide 20-inch pads. It looks like they had maybe some steel U-channel welded to these at one time to extend them out even further. A little bit of evidence of old weld right here, and you can see where they must have cut the weld off. They've kind of been bitten by a cutting torch a little bit. Rather unfortunate, but overall in pretty good condition yet. You can see even the grouser height is pretty darn good. So overall some pretty good parts on this thing. There are 45 links in each assembly, so 90 total. It's kind of constructed with a lot of Caterpillar D2 parts. There's a Caterpillar D2 front idler at each end of the track frame. There are 8 Caterpillar D2 track rollers mounted to the base. Take a good look at those too. Get in here to one of them, put the gauge on it, and you can see reconditioned at a 1/4 inch gap. They're pretty good, not a whole lot of wear. So I'm hoping that the bellow seals are pretty good inside of them. There's really not a lot of grease that's been leaking. From what I can tell, the bearings seem pretty tight, so that's all good. Take a look at the drive sprocket here. Like I say, I have no idea when these things were put together, who did it, nothing. I got very little history on this. They'd already been taken off the machine by the time I bought them. This drive sprocket's kind of unique. There are actually 2 additional gullets, as I call them, or teeth, you may say, on this sprocket than there is on a standard Caterpillar D2 sprocket. So it's not like they just took the sprocket rim off and welded a new center in by any means. It's kind of an oddball deal. Like I say, they put a bunch of these white oak planks on these track pads. I have no idea how well it worked. A lot of them are broke, a lot of them are cracked, splintered, loose, what have you, but there is a John Deere final drive assembly in there. I don't know what model of John Deere crawler it's off of. I know very little about John Deere. Another neat part of this machine, that is a Caterpillar D2 steering clutch drum. So this thing, I assume, was driven by a Caterpillar D2 steering clutch inside of there. I really would like to know how it was all put together. It's kind of an interesting unit. You can see where they torched the part that attached to the mainframe off. Took them apart pretty quickly. So yeah, it's a pretty good unit. I was actually in the middle of dismantling this one. I've already got the other one in pieces, and I figured, you know, let's just make a video just kind of showing what this thing was like. Kind of a neat deal, kind of a hybridization between 2 manufacturers, Caterpillar and John Deere. You know, put this thing together as needed to get the job done. In fact, you can still vaguely read the Caterpillar that's cast in the track pads. So, kind of a neat deal. Just figured I'd do a quick video showing everybody kind of what these things were. I don't know how many they made. I don't know if these were a one-off set, if you will. Really haven't been able to find anything else out about them, so if anybody has any ideas, or better yet, archive pictures or any information at all, just go ahead and give me a shout. You know, I'm always curious to learn about new things, so that's about it. I hope you all enjoyed.